We're back. Finally, we're back. Z Sled is finally home. It has been quite a few months and years process of getting it to where it is right now. And what I mean by right now is that we're on BARRA number 2. We haven't been drifting for over 2 years, but we're back, way better, way stronger. It has been a very long process, I do have to admit. We have this, I'm kind of lost for words because, to be honest, it has been 8 months since the car has actually been back inside my shed. Frankie over at Not Scared Racing and Fabrication has spent basically 8 months looking at this car. His blood, sweat and tears has been poured all over this car to get it to where it is today. Now, our first event, which is round 1 at Collie Motorplex on May 24th, 25th, this weekend, we finally did it. We got this car back last week, so we've got it back 2 weeks before the event. And this thing is now just completely next level. It is completely nuts. So, without further ado, let's show you Z Sled BARRA V2. Just quickly, before I do actually get into showing the BARRA, I'd like to welcome and thank this year's new and latest sponsor, D-Speed Performance. I've been running D-Speed wheels for literally over 4 or 5 years now, from when I first got Z Sled, which was a little blue, nice touring edition car. I'll put a photo here for you. That's how it started out as, with the DSO3s, and now we're running the DSO2s. So again, massive shout out to D-Speed Performance for coming on board and absolutely killing it with all his wheels. So Kieran from D-Speed hooked me up with 10 DSO2s at 18s by 9.5 with a plus 22 offset. And that's going to be running on all 4 corners for the drift car. So thank you Kieran, thank you D-Speed. Bring on a solid year of drifting. Alright, so here you guys go. This is BARRA number 2, unfortunately. We're on number 2 already, but it is what it is. The first BARRA unfortunately had really bad bearing failure. If you haven't seen, go check out my last video. You can see us tearing it down. But now we have a full forged built BARRA. Yes, so keen. So, what's in it? What has it got? What's all the fancy stuff? It has got a spool 1600 horsepower full rebuild kit package, full forged pistons, rods, everything. It's everything. The motor's rated for 1600 horsepower. Only reason we went that is because I like to rev my cars. I like using oil limiter. I like anti-lag, which this has anti-lag now. So I want it to be pretty strong for when I'm doing stupid stuff. So we actually got in contact with Spool themselves. They recommended the 1600 horsepower package. There was only a couple of $100 difference between, I think it was their 1200 and then their 1600. They said being a drift car, being you want to be on limiter a little bit more, they recommended the 1600. So that's what we did. Yeah, so 1600 rebuild kit. Frankie from Not Scared Racing and Fabrication spent countless hours actually making his own tubular manifold. I will put some more photos up on the screen of how he did it and the process and all that. We have gone full external wastegate, 4-inch hood exit, which is up in the air for rules and regulations, but we'll get to that. Yeah, so cool thing is, I'm not sure if you can actually see, but what Frankie has done, he's actually put a V-band here, and it's V-band to a T4. So if we do later on change the turbo to a bigger one, we can go straight to a V-band mount turbo. Then we don't have to swap any of the exhaust manifold. So that is a freaking big bonus. What else? We have a FG intercooler. We've got custom alloy welding, can't really see it, but we have a custom alloy welding adapter plate.
So we can still stick with the BABF throttle body, as that is what the whole car was wired up for. And obviously I've still got the BABF throttle pedal in my car. So yes, we are running the original intercooler I got with the Ute, but Frankie has put the quick release connectors here so we can take intercooler piping off with literally a couple of seconds. So that's made life very easy. Frankie, again, everything is just Frankie from Not Scared Racing. He made this awesome coil pack bracket. You can see Z slate in the center. We're running LS style coil packs. Yeah, so next real big thing is no more Ford ECU. We decided, we've spent the money here. We went a Motec M130. Best thing is with the full Motec M130 is it protects the motor. The amount of money I've spent, I want all the protection, which we now have. And obviously the original Ford ECU couldn't do anything compared to what the Motec can do. So with obviously the coil packs, everything is now wired up to the Motec. We're running flex fuel. Now this baby is on E85. Do need to make a bigger catch can. That's on the last priorities. We have a Aeroflow fuel rail, Aeroflow fuel pressure reg, and fuel pressure gauge. Yeah. Obviously most of this really expensive stuff you can't really see because it's inside the motor, but I'm going to show you everything, you know. Let's jump on the inside of the car and show you what's new in there. Alright, jumping inside the car, nothing much has really changed. We have a real ghetto style switch panel here. We have, obviously, well not obviously because you don't know this, but we have a low tune and a high tune. I'll get into that horsepower difference later. And then we have my new favourite switch, which says Ghetto, which is the anti-lag switch. Most of the car that I work on, everything I do, I just call it Ghetto because it just does the job. But yeah, let's show you the cool stuff. Anyway, Motec. Beautiful Motec M130. As you can see, there is a fitting through the firewall, and that goes to a nice, massive accumulator. So, on every startup, we're guaranteed oil pressure. Turn the accumulator on. That was actually a lot of people's ideas. Obviously, with my first motor dying, they said, accumulator. We have accumulator. Cool. What else? Kinda trying to remember everything else we've done. Obviously, you would have seen we have done a rear mount radiator. I'm not sure if you can tell, but Frankie has gone through, cleaned up all the battery and all that stuff. And over that side, you can kind of just see what we're calling the top hat. Top hat. That's the top hat. Because we cut the fuel tank, jet tags, because we cut the fuel tank in half, and it's sitting mainly on the passenger side now, we have a lot of room on the driver's side, so that's where we were able to put a surge tank, which Frankie custom made. So yeah, Frankie custom made surge tank. It's got the dual fuel pumps inside. He wired everything up and it's running freaking mint. I'll have photos, obviously you would have seen photos throughout this edit of everything we've kind of done, how he's done the surge tank, how he done the exhaust manifold, how he's done everything. So yeah, that's pretty much, I think, where the car's at. I'm trying to think if I have forgot anything, but this is where we're at, guys. This has been a very long time process since I did decide to go with the BARRA Turbo. It has been 2 years since we've actually had it running properly. The first one we had running for I think 3 events, and we blew it up on the event at Perth Motorplex, which was pretty devastating, I will admit. But you know, no point being down, we pushed forward, and now I'm looking at my car and it's literally to the dream drift car that I've always wanted. Obviously I had a few dream drift cars, but this is one of them. Yeah, I'm
pretty sure that is it, guys. I don't think I forgot anything. If I have, I'll probably have to do some more editing and put some clips in. But that is where we're at. We're heading to Collie this weekend, which I'm hoping to have this video up in a few days, so everything now is in time. Yeah, that's where we're at. So make sure you check out my other socials, check out my Facebook and Instagram. Pretty sure that is it. A lot of money, a lot of time. We did it finally, and we're back. Thank you guys for the patience. I'll see you guys in the next video.